Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 Here is the Z107.7 local news for Monday, January 8th, 2024. A man was killed during an incident with law enforcement near Covington Park Saturday afternoon. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office confirmed that deputies were requested to respond to Covington Park in Morongo Valley Saturday at 3:40 p.m. for a report of a possible suicidal man. A reporting party told 911 that a 57-year-old man was suicidal and armed with a knife. The man also called sheriff's dispatch and reportedly said that he wanted to commit suicide by cop. The sheriff's office says that the man, while in a car, led law enforcement on a pursuit around the park, during which the Sheriff's Aviation Unit made announcements and the California Highway Patrol deployed road spikes that disabled his vehicle, at which point the man drove into Covington Park and collided with the sheriff's vehicle. The sheriff's office reports that the man exited his vehicle and, while armed with a knife, charged at a sheriff's deputy. The man was fired upon by deputies, hit by gunfire, and despite life-saving measures, pronounced dead at the scene. No other injuries were reported. Detectives with the Sheriff's Specialized Investigations Division responded and are conducting the investigation. The name of the deceased is being withheld, pending next of kin notification. The subject had a dog in the vehicle with him during the incident. At some point, the dog left the vehicle and fled. Information about the dog was given to San Bernardino County Animal Control. Anyone with information about this case is asked to contact Detective Malcolm Page, Specialized Investigations Division at 909-890-4904. A prominent 29 Palms man was killed in a hit-and-run Friday night. According to the San Bernardino County coroner, Christopher Plummer, 55, sustained fatal injuries after he was hit by an unknown vehicle while walking on Amboy Road near Roundup the evening of January 5th. The vehicle fled the scene. Plummer was very active in community service in the 29 Palms area for many years. He leaves his wife Meredith and 2 daughters. The Sheriff's Department had no additional information on this incident, and an investigation is ongoing. Z107.7 will update this story as more information becomes available. The USDA food distributions scheduled for today throughout the Morongo Basin are canceled due to an inventory issue in San Bernardino. Today's distribution was to replace the regular Third Monday distribution because this month's Third Monday falls on Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Stay tuned to Z107.7 for updates on USDA food distribution. The developers of a proposed glamping site near the Integratron will address community concerns and landers this evening. Reporter Mike Lipsitz is here to unpack the rest of the story.
When the Landers Community Association meets at 5 o'clock this evening, developers of the proposed Ecodome glamping site are expected to present their plan. The controversial project would be a stone's throw from the Integratron, Landers' only property listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The meeting is open to the public and takes place at the newly renovated Belfield Hall on Ritchie Road, 2 blocks east of Landers Post Office. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Mike Lipsitz.
On December 1st, the Yucca Valley Town Council intervened in an effort by the new owners of the Gates of Spain Mobile Home Park to open the facility to residents of all ages. A special meeting to continue this discussion is scheduled for tomorrow morning. Reporter Hillary Sloan will tell you more about the upcoming meeting.
To study the requested changes for the Gates of Spain Mobile Park and to consider creating a new policy, the Yucca Valley Town Council voted to enact a 45-day moratorium. 39 days into the suspension, the Town Council will meet again to discuss this issue further. The special meeting is at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, January 9th, in the Yucca Room of the Yucca Valley Community Center, 57090 29 Palms Highway. The public is welcome. For Z107.7, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
Among the many agenda items to be considered at tomorrow's 10 o'clock meeting of the county supervisors in San Bernardino, there are 2 items of special relevance to our Morongo Basin. Mike Lipsitz joins us with a look at tomorrow's agenda.
Supervisors are expected to ratify $1.6 million of American Rescue Plan Act funding for something called the Yucca Valley Community Center Pickleball Courts. At the same time, the board will approve termination of a purchase agreement for 3 acres on the highway at Trojan Lane in Yucca Valley. The property has been considered for construction of a new fire station, but it has been determined that traffic circulation demands make the site impractical for such use. More detail on both of these items can be found on the Board of Supervisors agenda, which you may access from a link in this story at Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Mike Lipsitz.
The pop-up jewelry boutique Rock and Rapture held their closing reception at La Matadora Gallery in Joshua Tree on Saturday, where they donated an oversized check to a hardworking local charity. Assignment reporter Gabriel Hart was in attendance and has this recap for us.
Really, I really appreciate this.
It's truly my pleasure, and thank you so much.
When Rock and Rapture founder curator Shahasp Valentine chose Miltree as the recipient of her shop's donation, she initially imagined the amount would be around $500. But last Saturday, after a successful 2-month residency of artistic commerce at La Matadora, Valentine was able to present a check for $1,000 to Cheryl Montel, the founder of the local veteran outreach nonprofit. Montel started Miltree in 2012 to create a community between veterans, active service members, and civilians to act as a bridge to share experiences and creative programming to help end veteran isolation. Montel said,
The interesting thing is there's enough isolation to go around, not just in the veteran community, but in the whole community. So we're constantly doing different creative projects.
As Montel accepted the generous donation, she gave a nod to Valentine's business partner, Barbara Koch, who is volunteering her dance expertise to Tapestries of Transformation, Miltree's most ambitious program to date. Montel vowed the $1,000 check would help fund future programming. Reporting for Z107.7, this is assignment reporter Gabriel Hart.
And finally, the Yucca Valley High School Trojans boys varsity soccer team played an away game at Cathedral City High School on Friday. The final score was a 5-1 loss, with senior Will Armstrong scoring the Trojans 1 goal from an assist from junior Dylan Delaney. The Trojans will play their next game at home versus Desert Hot Springs on January 10th. JV begins at 4 p.m. and varsity starts at 5:30 p.m. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear news happening, let us know about it. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z1077 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmatz.